So today is the first day of our post-match wrap-up show. It's May 25th, opening day of this year's Polo Cup. We have 3 analysts tonight. We were supposed to have 4, but
family calls.
Family calls. So
Unfortunately,
it's just Hershey has stepped in graciously. So we had 2 games today. We'll start with the opening match, is Prussia versus France, which featured Jeremy. Kind of the story of the match, it was tied 2-2 at halftime, but Tyler scored a hat trick within the first 3 minutes of the half to kind of give France control, and after that it was really all France, that game ended up
some bitching by Kenny.
And some complaining by Kenny naturally, but the game ended 9-5. Quinn, what did you make of the game?
I think we saw match struggles like we thought. I thought Kenny needed to show up if they were going to win, and Kenny didn't show up, unfortunately.
Some harsh words from the Prussians.
Yeah, I know. He was showing a little 2011 form again. But yeah, after they were tied 2-2 after attacking the deep end, it was pretty clear they were going to kind of raped in the second half.
It's pretty much what I told my team at halftime. I was happy coming out 2-2, defending the deep end. Historically, our team has been pretty bad at defending the deep end, so I thought coming out tied was pretty beneficial for us. And I knew with a strike force like Coretta and Destefani that we could score the goals in the deep end.
So I think a lot has been talked about with Prussia's offense. They really struggled attacking the shallow end today. What did you make of their defense? It was decently strong for most of the game.
Their defense was strong, only net 2 in the shallow end. It's pretty much lower than what we expect to see from Coretta, especially with the extra support he got from Destefani, but Iliano and Kenny Barner pretty much held it down in the shallow end a lot better than we expected them to. And but we knew that we could turn our offense towards the deep end in the second half of the game.
Quinn, what do you see? How do you see Prussia going forward? What do you think kind of plays to their advantage in the remaining 5 games that they have? Because today, this first half they played well, but the second half they really struggled. What do you think? What do you think is going to drive? If they can find form, what do you think is going to drive them forward? Which players do you think?
Well, Matt needs to score more goals, and their defense is the important part of their team. But you can only play defense for so long. So Kenny and Matt have to start scoring goals. And I thought Curry and Juliana did a good job at the back, but if they're not scoring goals, they're not going to win.
Really, kudos this is my opinion to Juliano and Curry. I thought they were excellent today.
They were.
I thought Michael Curry was probably, maybe besides Destefani, probably man of the match. And I thought Alex Juliano, we talked about pregame that he was going to need to be kind of on the top of his game for them to have a chance. And I thought he played really well today.
Yeah, coming into the Prussian squad playing for Ghana in the past cup, didn't really make a large impression for Ghana, but he came in and I thought performed much better than everybody thought.
Yeah, I was really surprised. So that was kind of the first game. Like I said, 9-5. To France, they're 3 points after their first game and a plus 4 goal differential. That doesn't really hurt anyone after the opening
it's
day.
a good place to be.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit about going forward at the end, but kind of our second big match of the day, Spain versus Wales. This was kind of the one that was billed as an instant classic. The 2 teams that a lot of people considered favorites. Wales jumped out to a 2-0 lead. They scored in the 10th minute, but Spain finished the first half strong. Moro and Hayslip combining for a couple goals. So after 3-2 at halftime, the Spanish really exploded after halftime and kind of made the gap widened over time. And eventually, with about 5 minutes left, I think the game was done and dusted. What were yours? We'll start with Jeremy when you played in the game. What were your impressions of the game?
I was pretty disappointed in the second half with the quality of play. Kind of, 2 heavyweights going together like Wales and Spain. You kind of expect the game to go down to the last stoppage time minutes, but like you said earlier, this game was over with 6-7 minutes mainly in the last half, finishing 13-7 scoreline. I don't think people expected a 6-goal gap, especially Wales giving up 13 goals. I thought that was rather unexpected, a little disappointing.
Yeah, it was, but we knew our struggles would be there without Jack. Emmett stepped up defensively, but and we were also missing Daniel Craig, so I felt like I had to play 2 sides of the ball a lot. And we had it close at 8-6 in the second half, and we were doing well. And then, everybody's kind of ran out of gas in the second half. Chris Morrow was pretty dominant. You guys started taking advantage of the switches and everything, and it was just hard for everybody to keep up. But overall, it's a rough game, missing 2 key players, and just yeah.
Also, James Craven, a lot of shots on goal in that second half. Not a lot on frame. But if he can get that to change, which should be an easy switch, then that should be more offensive production.
For me, as playing the game, I thought for your team to be missing 2 of your better players, and I don't think anyone thinks that. Right? I think everyone believes that James Craven will only get better as the tournament continues. I think that it speaks volumes for the quality of the team. They were able to keep it so close in the second half. Just from a personal perspective, I thought Evan Horton was brilliant in the game defensively. I thought he really was a good shift for you guys. He's so strong and he's so quick. Like Quinn mentioned, I think that you guys probably will play better when you have a consistent goalkeeper and are able to kind of keep more set positions.
Yeah, I think not many people have seen what Jack can really do because he was a little bit overshadowed by David in previous tournaments, but not having him attacking has even hurt because when we played Brazil a few years ago, I mean, he thrives when he attacks in the deep end, so without him, a little toothless attack in the first half. Second half, just everything.
So, in shifting the focus from Wales to Spain, I hate to ask a question on my own team, but what did you guys make of the Spanish today? How do you see them moving forward?
Morrow, very impressive today. 5 goals, ties up with Quinn for Golden Flipper leader. Very solid performance from him. Just kind of highlights the fears that most teams have when playing against Spain or Australia in the past, is the dual strike force with yourself and Moreau, which is really, there's no one person that you can double up on. You can just dump it to yourself or to Moreau, so good goal scoring abilities.
Yeah, our plan was to put Emmett on you, and then we had James on Chris. And multiple times throughout the match, or actually at halftime, Emmett started talking to me. I mean, I think he did pretty well handling you, but he just said Chris's power was way too much. And really, the only person on our team today that could really cover him at all was James. And even then, we still scored 5 goals. So.
I think from a personal perspective, we did a good job of fast breaking and making sure that the other team didn't get set in the defensive pressure or the set that they wanted to be in. So, it's hard to set up in your defensive strategy when the team is taking a shot with only 4 seconds off the shot clock. So it was an interesting game, and I think the Spain and Wales played each other again the last day of the season, so that could definitely be a title decider.
Right, that could be a championship game.
Definitely.